The UFC 320 main event isn't just another title fight. It's more of a story of redemption, adjustments, and a second chance at greatness. I mean, on one side, you've got Magomed Ankalaev, the reigning light heavyweight champion who proved in their last meeting that he could go toe-to-toe with one of the most dangerous strikers in the entire sport. And on the other hand, you've got Alex Poatan Pereira, the former champ who came short that night but walked away with so many lessons that may very well shape the entire outcome of this rematch. This isn't just another fight for Alex Poatan. It's about revenge, growth, and reclaiming the belt that he believes is his. And when you look at where both men stand heading into October 4th, it feels less like a repeat and more like unfinished business, finally coming to a close. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share so you can help me reach 3,000 subscribers by May. I'll deeply appreciate you. And make sure you join the official UFC Discord, link in the description. Alright, so look, when you look at UFC 320's light heavyweight clash between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev, it's not just another title fight. It's a rematch layered with development, reflection, and unfinished business. Their first fight was supposed to be Pereira's moment, yet instead, it became Magomed Ankalaev's night. And honestly, that result, as frustrating as it was for Pereira fans, me included, it turned out to be one of the most important things that could have happened to Alex Poatan. Because let's keep it real. Alex Pereira was coming off of one of the best years of his life. Fight after fight, knockout after knockout, and performance after performance. He was on a high that almost felt untouchable. And then, Big Ank happened. And that loss snapped him back into reality. It humbled him, forced him to rethink, to adjust, and to sharpen his game. I even said after that fight that I was kind of glad that Alex Poatan lost. Why? Because it killed off the idea of John Jones dragging Alex Poatan up to heavyweight to just steal some legacy points in an easy matchup. And it gave Alex Poatan the ego check that he honestly needed. And at the end of the day, it was a necessary pause in his rise. Now fast forward 7 months. Alex Pereira has now had time to reflect, recalibrate, and come back with the mindset that's all about one thing, and one thing only: revenge. And that's dangerous for Magomed Ankalaev, because a fighter like Alex Poatan with a chip on his shoulder is not the same guy who coasted in their first fight. This time, he's carrying lessons and not momentum, and that makes him far more scarier. But first things first. Breaking down their first fight, it was clear that Pereira had the bigger moments late. He won that 5th round, he finally got his game going, and he started landing those shots that we all know can put anyone in the light heavyweight division in a stretcher. But the problem was his timing. He did it too late, he was too drained to fully capitalize, and Ankalaev, to his credit, survived, stayed composed, and walked away with the world title. But that fight also showed us one clear, crucial detail. Pereira can touch him, and when he does, Ankalaev feels it. This time, Pereira knows he can't just wait up until the 5th round to flip the switch. He needs to start implementing his weapons early, keep Ankalaev reacting, and make him second guess everything. That doesn't just mean looking for his signature left hook of doom. It means cutting off the cage sooner, working the body to slow Ankalaev's movements, and checking the counters that Ankalaev is known for. Pereira has been in there with too many high-level strikers to not recognize the adjustments he has to make. He just has to trust his offense a lot earlier. Magomed Ankalaev, on the other hand, has already proved that he can go 25 minutes with Pereira on the feet. And to me, I can see that giving him a little bit of confidence. But let's be honest right now, if I was Magomed Ankalaev, the smart play here is to finally lean on my wrestling. Make it ugly, make it boring, and lay on Alex Poatan, soften him up with the elbows, and maybe fish in for a choke or something. But we've seen how Magomed Ankalaev is before. He's just not that guy. He doesn't consistently wrestle, and he doesn't relentlessly push grappling pressure Hamzat Bor style. He's much more comfortable striking, even if his dirty beard screams Dagestani wrestler. And here's the hot take. That's going to cost him. Because this version of Alex Poatan is going to be different, mark my words. He's had the time to make adjustments, to expand beyond just the lead hook and the calf kicks he relied on in his first fight. He's a black belt now, and he's more defensively aware on the mat and mentally sharper than he was before. And I can only just presume that his camp knows that Ankalaev's best chance is to take him down. And you can bet that Pereira has been drilling those scenarios day in and day out. If Magomed Ankalaev tries the same game plan, striking heavy with occasional clinch work, then Pereira is going to find those openings. I promise you. And yeah, Magomed Ankalaev only has one career loss. And yeah, he's durable. But when Alex Poatan fights with a purpose, when he forces his game plan onto you instead of just waiting for openings, he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the entire UFC, period. Add on to that fact that he's no longer a stranger to these 5-round wars, and the urgency that he'll be bringing in this time around is going to feel like a completely different fight than the one we saw earlier this year. And at the end of the day, I'm not buying into the idea that Magomed Ankalaev just goes out there and makes it look even easier than he did previously. If that was the case, then he would have dominated Alex Poatan from start to finish in their first meeting. Instead, he played it safe, and that safety gave Alex Poatan space to adjust late and take over the final round. This time, Alex Poatan is going to make him pay for those same hesitations. And for my prediction, I've got Alex Poatan Pereira by either second to third round KO or TKO against Magomed Ankalaev. The adjustments, the revenge factor, and the sheer firepower. This time, it's Alex Pereira's night, and he's not just chasing his belt back, he's chasing closure. And when a fighter like Alex Poatan Pereira fights for something bigger than gold, history has shown us time and time again that someone is going to sleep. But that's all I've got to say for this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your guys' overall thoughts on UFC 320's main event, Alex Poatan Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev? And who do you guys have coming out on top, Big Ank or Chama? Let me know in the comment section below. But that about wraps up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.